All right, so let's get started and let's talk about Bitcoin and where I see it going. And it's probably gonna be a 15-20 minute live stream, but I want to get on here. And I am gonna move actually again last time. All right, moving the live stream every week on the Tuesdays at least to 7:30 p.m. Central Time versus 8 p.m. Central Time. By the way, if you guys are just joining, pretty sure if you hit that like and subscribe button, share the video with your friends, do everything you gotta do to promote this. So, yeah, let's start with Bitcoin on the daily chart and kind of see what's going on. You have this high volume node here at 19,200. Luckily, we were able to get above it, so that's a good thing. The next one that we really have to get above would be 20,100, which barely above it, but we are above it right now. The next major one I would like to see us get above would be 21,300 be the next one I would like to see us get above. The thing I don't like to see right now is the daily chart is cooked on the RSI. Let's see if we made a higher high. We did not. The previous one was up here at 22.8, so I don't like to see that. But technically, you have a little more room. The daily chart could go on the RSI. The 4-hour chart is cooked. I don't like to see that, so it's probably time for the shorts. 1-hour chart is in a downtrend, and the 15-minute chart, yeah, it's basically bottomed out. But overall, probably going to get some sort of pullback here to the next support, which would be the high volume node here at, what'd I say? At 20,120. That would be your next support, though, because we're still overbought on the 4-hour. My guess is you probably do come all the way back down here to $19,000. That would be a very likely place of support. Let's go check Bookmap and see what that's telling us will happen. So Bookmap is currently saying, if we zoom in, it's kind of indecisive on the smaller time frames. You have more liquidity up here at 20,300, so that's short term, probably where you're going to head. But, and then you have more up here. Yep, 20,300. But when you zoom out, you still have some liquidity down here, 18.5. I would say this, you're probably going to come up to this 20,500 as resistance, and then you're probably going to fall off down to 20,120 at least, because 20,500 is resistance, and it's also where you have some liquidity up here, but you have a little bit more up here, 20,300 to 20,500. And then, obviously, if you zoom out, you have a lot more down here. It's still $18,000 and 17.5. So, Bookmap isn't really helping a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised if you did get that push to 20,500 before you get the final move down, before we get the correction. So, we'll see what happens. I would say short term, though, based on the move we had today, I am a little bit bearish on Bitcoin. Just based on that. So we can go back to the 4-hour chart and we can kind of see what's going on, see if we see any patterns in the chart that we like or dislike. Right now, unfortunately, I can tell you this is not a bullish pattern that we have going on here. This is a rising wedge. They break to the downside 70% of the time. But if they do break to the upside, they break out parabolically. So, but when you go up that fast, that creates a rising wedge, just like if you go down pretty fast, that creates a falling wedge. So that's a really bearish pattern, but like I said, if it does decide to break to the upside, it'd be a very nice move. Measure move for that, hold on, I gotta move it down a little bit. Measure move for that would be about $21,920 would be the measure move for that target if it decides to go up there, about 21.9 actually. So that's measure move if you break out, which is a 30% chance. Otherwise, if you break to the downside, the measure move would be down to 18,800, where you also have very huge support and you have a high volume node there. So that is more likely that you break down to 18.8, but if you break to the upside, 21.9 would be the target. So those are the targets for the rising wedge. That's what's on the table right now. I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can just tell you the odds of what could happen. So if there's any requests, let me send them in and I'll look at them. Guys, just so you know, we are on YouTube. People might have forgotten that, but we are on YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew. Also, we have a Telegram group, so go check that out. Link is in the description on TikTok, and it's in my description also on YouTube on each video. But we also on YouTube, by the way, guys. So if you are new, appreciate if you hit that like button and I'm going to go look at Luna Classic, and if there's any requests, I'll look at them. Otherwise, that's where I see Bitcoin going. So, Luna Classic, I'm in a trade now. I literally just made a video on this a little bit ago, but I am in a trade on this right now. It's at 31.1. I bought it 32, 5x leverage long, but I do like this trade right now. So if you didn't watch the video here, I'm telling you in the live stream right now that I do like this trade. Now, I don't like the daily chart, but I do like the smaller time frames. Like the 4-hour chart is just getting started, and you still have 3.5 hours to go. So I like what I'm seeing there. The 3-hour chart still looks bullish. Usually I don't show you all these time frames, but let's just do it. The 2-hour chart still looks bullish, kind of rounding out, and the 1-hour chart is also turning back to the upside. Tried to turn bearish and going back to the upside, so I do like what I'm seeing there. And if we go to the really small time frames, that is the 15-minute chart right now is getting overbought, but as long as you get above 31.6 before you top out on the RSI, that is bullish. If you don't break that, then obviously the 15-minute chart is a little bit bearish there. But the 1-hour to the 4-hour chart, to me, looks bullish. We can even look at the 6-hour if we really want to. 6-hour chart's bullish on the RSI, and the 12-hour is not. But 6-hour, 1-hour to 6-hour, to me, is ready to go to the upside. As long as you stay above 30, I would say you're A-okay. That's a high volume unit. As long as you stay above 30, you can continue to the upside. If you lose 30, the next stop would be 28, and then below that 24. So my stop loss is currently 27, which would be 2 supports down from where I entered, which is how I like to do it. High risk, though high reward. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for Luna Classic. I am looking for a move to the upside based on the RSI on multiple time frames. And could also say that maybe this is pushing a little bit. You could also say this is kind of starting to become a bullish pattern, which it would be a falling wedge, which I do like. I like that too. I like looking. So to me, right now, you're bullish on the 1-hour, you're bullish on the 4-hour, you're technically even bullish on the 6-hour, and you're also making a falling wedge right now on the 4-hour chart and probably on the smaller time frames as well. So to me, right now, Luna Classic is bullish, at least on the 1 to 4 hour charts. So that's the trade I'm in. That is the trade I'm in tonight. Let me just get the measure move. If you were to break to the upside on Luna Classic, the measure move would take you for a higher high, at least on the 4-hour chart, all the way up to 37.7. So that is the measure move. Obviously, it's a 70% chance to happen, 68 technically, based on the likelihood the falling wedge breaks to the upside. So to me, Luna Classic is bullish on the 1-hour to the 4-hour charts. Technically, even the 6-hour is bullish, and also in kind of a falling wedge right now on the 4-hour chart. So I do like what I'm seeing from that. All right, guys, if you have requests, send them in, and I'll look at other coins. If you guys are new, appreciate it if you hit that like button. But as always, I will take requests now. Otherwise, I went over Bitcoin, and I went over Luna Classic. So appreciate the follow as well. So those are the ones I went over. If there's any other requests, I'll take them. Otherwise, I'm going to end it. We're also on YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew. So if you missed part of the live stream and you want to go back and look at what I said for Bitcoin or whatever, you can do that on YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew on YouTube. We also have a trading group, a Telegram group, I should say, which that is, if you want to join that, it's free to join. Link is in the bio or is in the description. So that's all I got. Let me see if there's any requests. If not, then I'm going to end the YouTube live stream. By the way, we're going to start going live now at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. This will be the last time I change it for a while. And then Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central Time. So hopefully you guys can see that. Let me move it over a little bit. So let's go look at Quant. Quant, let's go look at Quant. Quant, we'll use the KuCoin chart, and Quant on the daily time frame is doing pretty good, at least recently. Today, maybe not so much. I had this, okay, so I remember now, I had this in a falling wedge, right? And my measure move, you still haven't hit it, is 170. So technically, I still think you can keep going to the upside. Daily chart's getting kind of high, but it did almost kind of reset. So it's not really high anymore. It's neutral on the RSI. So that daily chart still has potential to keep going. I don't like this. So the 4-hour chart is overbought. That's not a good sign. And the 1-hour chart is, 1-hour chart's bullish. The 4-hour chart needs to reset though. So if you're not in a trade, I would at least wait for the 4-hour chart to reset. 4-hour chart did get overbought, not breaking previous high. That's kind of almost a triple top there, and definitely huge resistance now that you can't get above, which would be $144 to $145 is huge resistance. If you get above that, that would be the first step in the right direction. To my target of $170. So quant to me still bullish, but the 4-hour chart is bearish right now, needs to reset, which might take a day or two. But I do think within a week you're definitely higher than 140. So to me, quant still looks bullish for this pattern, but I would say short term you need to reset on the 4-hour chart. So and you have to get above 145. So I would say if you break 145, then that'd be you could buy the breakout trade of that. But otherwise, it's bearish unless it breaks 145. Appreciate the likes. And you also requested that we do Cardano, so let's go look at Cardano. Appreciate the follow, MJ or MV or whatever it was. So Cardano. We will use the KuCoin chart. I guess, yeah, KuCoin chart. So KuCoin chart for Cardano, which is currently sitting at 44 cents, no, 43.5 cents in a massive downtrend. This is a coin I would accumulate for the bull market because I do think that's right around the corner. I'm starting to accumulate Bitcoin right now. I'll probably start accumulating altcoins very soon as well. This is also extremely bullish here on the daily time frame. I see a humongous falling wedge on the daily chart. To me, this is extremely bullish, at least on the large time frames. Maybe it means I'll start, maybe based on what I'm looking at right now, it means it's time to start buying Cardano as well, because it looks like it's going to have a nice breakout relatively soon. And I say relatively soon, it means probably in the next few weeks, because again, it's on the daily time frame, so it's going to take a long time to play out. But to me, this is bullish. Cardano is very bullish on the daily time frame. Measure move, if it wanted to break out, would be 70 cents. That'd be a nice breakout to start out. The first thing you'd have to do is get back above this high volume low, which is at 43 cents, which you're trying to do right now. If you break 43 cents, it is likely you go up to $1.20, $1.18 next. So to me, looking at this chart, it might make me just start buying Cardano again because I do think it's pretty damn close to the time you want to start DCAing back into projects. So daily chart is also bullish on the RSI to the upside, and the 4-hour chart is topped out. So 4-hour chart needs to reset. So it's not time to get in just yet. If you're trying to trade this short term, 4-hour chart needs to reset. If you're investing long term, it probably doesn't matter. But if you could get in at 40 cents versus 43, you still might want to wait to buy. 1-hour chart is almost bullish, but still has a little more downside. So 1 hour and 4-hour chart still need to reset, but daily chart to me looks bullish. So daily time frame in a huge falling wedge, measure move is 70 cents. And if you stay above 43 cents, you are probably going to go to $1.20 because that would be the next high volume node. So when you leave one node, you go to the next one usually. Not guaranteed, but I do think Cardano is probably very close to a bottom. So at least, and also, it's making a higher low on the daily time frame if you look from the previous cycle. So, I mean, you will probably never go back to 10 cents like Cardano. Never say never, but it's very unlikely in my opinion. So, Cardano to me looks very bullish on the daily time frame for a move to the upside. I don't have a favorite cryptocurrency. You can't have favorites. You just have to treat everyone like you can make money with it. I don't know how to say it, but I don't have a favorite. That's why I'm accumulating multiple. I'll tell you what I like. I like Cardano. I like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I like Chainlink, and I like a few others. I have some, and then if I was going to invest in cheap coins or meme coins or stuff, that'd be a small percent of my portfolio. But I don't have a favorite coin. I don't have a favorite coin. So let's go look at VeChain. Oh my God, didn't mean to do that. Thanks guys for whoever sent the likes at 1.5 thousand. That's awesome. We are on YouTube, so if you guys missed anything, missed the beginning of the live stream, you can go check that out. Let's go look at VeChain as the next one. VeChain on KuCoin. So KuCoin daily chart's cooked. Probably not one you want to buy right now. 4-hour chart is cooked. If anything, this would be one you could short. I won't do it because I'm already in a Luna Classic trade. 1 hour chart looks bullish to me, but the 4 hour chart, daily chart don't. Let me go back to the daily chart. And you're in a massive downtrend. Let me see if I zoom in, if I see any patterns I like. Yeah, I mean, technically you're above a high volume node, which was at 2.2 cents. But to me, I don't like what I'm seeing right now on VeChain. So you also have huge resistance at 3.4 cents. So if you technically, though, if you stay above 2.34 cents, that would be a start in the right direction because that is a high volume node. But overall, I don't really like what I'm seeing on VeChain. Maybe you're in a symmetrical triangle, which is a 50-50 break to the upside or downside. Maybe you could even say it's a falling wedge, but I think at some point that's pushing it. But we can get the measure moves and just see what's going to happen. Measure move to the upside is 2.7 cents. Measure move to the downside, which is probably less likely with Bitcoin being bullish, but it does need to reset, is 1.6 for a new low. So VeChain to me is risky, but that's the measure moves on VeChain on the daily time frame. And we can do Harmony 1. We got DOT. I'm going to probably wrap this up in about 10 minutes. My live streams on Saturdays would definitely be longer. DOT, let's go look at DOT. So DOT is right now at $6.47. If you get above the $7.13, that's extremely bullish because it's a high volume node, and it would mean you're gonna have a nice move to the upside. Usually, at least probably to the next resistance at $9.50 to $9.60. But I don't like the RSI being extremely overbought on the daily. That's a red flag. That probably means you're probably not going to get above that high volume node. And the 4 hour chart is pinned and probably going to start to come down. So to me, DOT's another one. You could short it on DOT3S because this does not look like a good long position. The 4 hour chart's cooked. The daily chart's basically cooked, and 1 hour chart is basically reset, but you could definitely short it when 1 hour chart gets overbought, or you could just short it based on the 4 hour and daily chart. But DOT looks extremely bearish to me. To me, it's probably going to keep falling lower if you don't hold $5.92, which is the next support. Next stop is $3.70. I don't think you fall that low, but you definitely could see $6 region on DOT. And then Harmony 1. Harmony 1 on KuCoin. Let's see. Maybe this would be the grand finale or something. Maybe we'll see something awesome. You're above a high volume node at 1.93 cents, which I like, but you're barely above it. You're barely above it. Let's go to the daily chart. So daily chart's cooked on Harmony 1 as well on the daily chart. So is the 4 hour chart. So again, the daily and 4 hour chart are bearish. So to me, this is a coin that probably is going to have another leg to the downside. You definitely did not make a higher high by the time the daily chart was overbought on the RSI. The previous high was up here. So unless you get above it 2.39 cents, you're going to look for more downside probably on Harmony 1. And possibly for a new low, or at least maybe a double bottom at 1.6 cents. So to me, that's kind of what's on the table for Harmony 1. Would be, I would say 1.6 cents for a double bottom is likely. If you don't hold that, then it's going to have a huge move to the downside. Harmony 1 is bearish on the daily and 4 hour charts though. So to me, Harmony 1 is definitely not a coin to be long on right now. If anything, again, it's one you could probably short. So that's Harmony 1. So that's appreciate the follow, Cosmic. So if you guys have one more request, I'll do one more request. Otherwise, I'll be live on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. We are on YouTube as well. So if you guys miss any part of the stream and you want to go look on YouTube, feel free to go there because no one watches there anymore. I don't know. People used to and now they don't. So I don't know what's going on. But we also have a trading group, which is on Telegram, free to join. So feel free to be in that, or to join that and ask any questions you have. I'm also on a trade on Luna Classic. I talked about that, and I did talk about the measure move for Bitcoin. Rising wedge right now on the 4 hour chart, but if you were to break to the downside, measure move is 18.8, which you have huge support, and measure move to the upside was 21,000. No, what was measure move? 21,800, I think, was the measure move. 21.9. I said something like that, right? Well, now I'm doing it again. It's not even close to what I'd said before. Measured move on Bitcoin, if it broke to the upside, would be 21,900. That's what I said before. Measured move to the downside is 18,800, which you have huge support at. So that's the and the possibility of breaking to the downside 70%, upside is 30% in rising wedges. But if they break to the upside, they break up to the upside fast and in a parabolic manner. So that's kind of what's on the table right now for Bitcoin. With that being said, guys, that's all I got. I'll see you guys on Saturday for our next live stream, and I'll also post updates throughout the week for other coins, especially if something crazy happens with Luna Classic. Until Saturday, trade safe, have a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. How is the